Welcome back to another explainer. So glad you're here. Today, we are diving into something super powerful, a really eye-opening concept on self-motivation straight from the work of Steve Chandler. If you have ever felt, kind of stuck, or like you're absolutely capable of doing so much more, but you just can't seem to get the wheels turning, yeah, this one is definitely for you. Let me ask you a question. Are you buried alive in a comfort zone? I know, right? It's an incredibly heavy, almost jarring thought. But Chandler actually uses this exact phrasing, and he does it on purpose just to completely jolt us awake. It really sets the stage for a pretty hard truth about human nature. So let's explore what it actually means to be buried, literally trapped, by the very things that make us feel safe.
Which brings us to Section 1, the trap of comfort.
Okay, so think about this for a second. Modern society is literally built day and night to keep us resting. Just look at your daily life. Almost every single product, every app, every service pushed onto us is designed to make life easier and significantly less challenging. We're constantly sold this idea that a totally frictionless life is the ultimate goal, the dream, right? But here is the reality check. Avoiding friction completely stops our development dead in its tracks. The truth is, only challenge can actually transform us. There's this really beautiful, poetic imagery from William Olson that perfectly captures this. He calls it living under the wind. Just imagine a flower, right? Growing incredibly low to the ground, specifically just to avoid the breeze. I mean, sure, it survives, but it never reaches up to the sun, and it never gets to test how strong its stem can really be. It's entirely up to us to notice if we are spending our own lives just living under the wind to avoid the elements. And that leads perfectly into Section 2, challenge as the catalyst. So if comfort is the trap, then challenge is absolutely the antidote. Chandler breaks down 3 specific mechanics for why we literally require difficulty in our lives. First, it causes growth. Second, it tests our skills. And third, ultimately, it transforms us. Honestly, engaging with difficulty is the only real way to create a more skillful version of yourself. Every single challenge you face, it's an active, golden opportunity to upgrade who you are. But here is the catch. The world is not going to hand you personal growth on a silver platter. No way. It's going to hand you a softer couch and a new streaming service. So it is entirely up to you to constantly look for challenges that motivate you. You have to be the one to actively seek out the friction. Nobody else can do it for you. You are the architect of your own growth. Let's pull this all together in Section 3, escaping the soul cage. Now, I want to be clear here, comfort isn't inherently a bad thing, not at all. In fact, comfort zones have a super vital purpose, and that is conscious resting. We absolutely should use them to relax, restore our energy, and mentally prepare for whatever the next hurdle is. The danger, the real trap, happens when resting turns into permanent living. A comfort zone is totally fine for a weekend getaway, but it becomes highly, highly dangerous when we decide to just unpack our bags and stay in it forever. And when that happens, we encounter what's called the soul cage. This is a super vivid metaphor, actually borrowed from the rock singer Sting. A soul cage is exactly what a comfort zone becomes when you use it to live in forever, rather than just to rest in. Think about that. What starts out as this cozy, safe little rest stop can so easily devolve into a restrictive, permanent prison for your true potential. Which brings us to these final, incredibly powerful minimalist commands from the text. Break free. Fly away. When you finally notice that you've built a cage out of your own comfort, well, it's up to you to dismantle it. Don't just rest forever. Get out there and seek the challenge. I want to leave you with this one final thought to chew on. What is one comfort zone you are living in right now, and what challenge will you choose today to finally break free? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. I really hope it sparks some self-reflection for you, and I'll catch you in the next one.